US President Donald Trump said he will raise tariffs on cars and trucks from the European Union to 25%. France said a new US-led coalition to open the Strait of Hormuz will complement and not compete with a mission headed by the UK and France. Activists that were on a Gaza-bound aid flotilla which was intercepted by Israeli forces in international waters near Crete disembarked on the Greek island on Friday. US President Donald Trump has said he will raise tariffs on cars and trucks from the European Union to 25%. In a social media post, he accused the EU of not complying with a deal agreed last year, which set a tariff for most goods at 15%. The move from the US could now further jolt a global economy that's already rattled by the Iran war. Trump gave no details on what prompted the tariff increase, but the announcement comes at a particularly tense time for relations between the White House and the EU. On Thursday, Trump renewed criticism of German Chancellor Friedrich Merz, telling him to stop interfering over Iran. Germany would likely be hit hard by the increased tariffs, as the country is responsible for a significant amount of EU auto exports. The US leader also referred to European allies Spain and Italy as, quote, absolutely horrible for their refusal to get involved in the Iran war. France's foreign minister has insisted that a new US-led coalition to open the Strait of Hormuz will complement and not compete with a mission headed by the UK and France. Jean-Noël Barrot's statement came after the US State Department announced an initiative that will ensure safe passage through the waterway.
Nous avons reçu très récemment les informations sur l'initiative qui a été prise par les États-Unis. Il ne s'agit pas d'une initiative de même nature que celle que nous avons constituée à l'initiative du président de la République, qui réunit déjà plus de 50 pays, dont plusieurs dizaines ont d'ores et déjà annoncé qu'ils y contribueraient certainement. Elle s'inscrit dans une forme de complémentarité.
The strait carries around a fifth of the world's oil and liquefied natural gas. However, it has been effectively blocked by Iran since the start of the war in late February, which significantly drove up global oil and gas prices. Washington's own blockade of Iranian ports further disrupted traffic through the strait. Dozens of activists that were aboard a Gaza-bound aid flotilla which was intercepted by Israeli forces in international waters near Crete disembarked on the Greek island on Friday. The activists were escorted by Greek coast guards while they were taken in 4 buses to a town of which the name was not disclosed by authorities. Their repatriation process is set to take place in Athens after their arrival by plane to the Greek capital. Israel's foreign ministry said around 175 activists had been taken off more than 20 boats on Thursday. Flotilla organizers put that number at 211. Several European governments with nationals among those arrested have called on Israel to free the activists and called its actions a breach of international law. Flotilla organizers also condemned the interception, calling it an illegal attack on unarmed civilian boats in international waters. Washington, on the other hand, backed Israeli authorities, calling the flotilla a stunt.
Brazil's Congress voted on Thursday to override a presidential veto and adopt a bill to reduce former President Jair Bolsonaro's 27-year prison sentence for plotting a coup in 2023. The conservative opposition successfully drew centrist senators and federal deputies to comfortably override the leftist president's veto of last year's sentencing bill. The new bill, which passed with 318 votes in favor and 144 against, could reduce Bolsonaro's sentence by as much as 20 years, according to analysts. Experts say the bill deals a crushing blow to incumbent President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva and comes just months before he launches his bid for a 4th non-consecutive presidency. He is expected to challenge Flávio Bolsonaro, a conservative lawmaker and son to the embattled former leader.